Okay, example. You have just started your undergraduate degree at Cal Poly. You want to buy a used but nice looking Hummer as your graduation gift, and you want to pay no more than $20,000 for it. You currently have $15,000, but you have an opportunity to invest it at 10% per year. How quickly will you need to graduate? The question implies you need to calculate the amount of time. So we are going to be solving for n, the number of time periods. If you use the formula to find the number of time periods, you would need to first calculate the natural logarithm of the fraction future value divided by present value. Then you would need to calculate the natural logarithm of the sum 1 plus r, and then take the first number and divide by the second number. Plugging in 20,000 for future value, 15,000 for present value, and 0.1 for the interest rate r, you get a little bit more than 3 years, 3.02 years. And this means that you can buy yourself a Hummer as soon as in 3 years. So if you graduate in 3 years, you will have just enough money, $20,000 that you need to buy yourself a nice Hummer. Let's do this in the financial calculator. Turn it on. We have $15,000 today. That's present value. Let's leave it as is. Let's not turn it into a negative value and just press PV. And instead change $20,000 from the future into a negative value. 20,000 negative FV, which is perfectly okay. Remember, it doesn't matter which one of the $2 amounts that are given you are changing to a negative. It could be either the future value or the present value. The third thing we enter is the interest rate, 10% per year. 10 IY. Compute N, 3.02. Example. A startup has been extremely successful and the owners have been increasing the number of employees by 15% every year. Currently, they have 30 people. How soon will the number of employees double? Again, by the way the question is phrased, you should realize that you're asked to calculate time, the amount of time, the number of years. And in the formula, what do we use for future value? Well, if the number of people today is 30, then double that must be 60. So the future value is 60, the present value is 30. The equivalent of the interest rate R is the annual growth in the number of employees, which is 15% or 0.15 in decimals. You plug in these numbers into the formula to compute the number of time periods and you get almost 5 years, 4.96. In the financial calculator, again, in no particular order, you enter 3 numbers which are given. 30 is the current number of employees. Let's make that negative and save as present value. Double that is 60. That's our future value. Leave it as is. Do not make it negative because you did that for present value already. Remember, you only do it for one of the 2 numbers, either the present value or the future value. The growth rate in the number of employees is 15% per year. So press 15 IY. And you need to compute the number of years. Compute N. The answer is 4.96.